Hey guys, yesterday when I posted the blog about the 10 things that I did right and did wrong as a box owner, I got a lot of responses, and one of the things that came up again and again, and I got a lot of personal messages for, was how did we get people out of banded pull-ups? So I thought I would just use my lovely wife today, Amanda, to show you kind of how we went along with that process. And the way we started at first was we decided to have everybody, these are our regular sort of 8-foot bars, and we had people stand on a box, tuck their toes behind them, trying to keep, the idea was to keep the knees, the hips, and the shoulders in line, and then Amanda would go straight up and straight down using your feet. And at first that actually worked really well. The problem was that people started to feel some strain in their lower back, and they were starting to feel like they were using their feet too much. Despite what we would say about don't use your feet so much, it wasn't working that well. So we decided to come up with a new solution, and this new one has been working really, really well. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move the box out of the way. And what we do now, guys, is we just use a 48-inch galvanized pipe. This is what we used to do our pull-ups on our old rig. So these fit real nicely against the regular rig. But what you want to do is use the red bands and go ahead and attach it so it secures this. Otherwise, you have a chance of this coming off and hurting somebody. And frankly, we had that happen once or twice until we got smart and just used the red bands. So if you just strap the red band around the other side, now this is on there. It's not really going to go anywhere as long as you're pulling straight up and straight down. Now, typically Amanda would be on the other side of this bar because her face is going to kind of be in the way here. But since we can have her pointing forward, just know that typically she would face this way, so her nose isn't going right to where the red band is, okay? So Amanda's going to show you how we now do our pull-ups. She's going to keep her feet bent, or knees bent, feet on the floor, and now Amanda's going to come straight up and straight down. She can tuck her knees in a little bit more, her feet in a little bit more if she needs a little bit more help. But what we love about this is that Amanda is keeping her hips in line with the uprights of the rig, and that's really important. So I'm going to have Amanda show you what we see a lot, and that's that people let those hips trail forward. So go ahead and do a row. Notice the difference? It looks more like a kipping pull-up, okay? We want to be careful that that's not what we're getting out of it, because of course we're not working the same muscles. Now, if you want rows, that's different. But basically, when we do these, we work really, really hard in keeping that straight up and straight down, nice, vertical, strict pull-up type work, okay? That way, when we want to work on negatives later, we can do that. It's very easy to put in there. Amanda can do a slow 5-count negatives, and we found those to be really popular as well, and they're a quick learning tool to getting to that actual pull-up. Now, so what we do is, if that happens, one of the ways we found to help, it's a little, it's not that big, it's a little hokey, but what we'll do is use a PVC pipe, put it across her lap, and now let that PVC pipe ride on the back side of the rig. And now what this is doing, obviously, is stopping her from coming forward. Now, it's okay if you use this through WODs and stuff. We've had some people who just straight up say they're more comfortable like that, but really it only takes a few times of doing that to get somebody feeling it the right way, and then typically it works. The only thing I can say is during the WODs, I have found that I have to stay on people pretty hard, because as they fatigue, they're naturally going to want to close that shoulder angle and try to incorporate more of the chest muscles. And you just have to keep coming around and telling them, hey, keep your hips back, use this as a guide, stay straight up and straight down, even if that means you have to go a little bit slower. So there you go, that's what we've ended up doing. Again, she would have faced the opposite direction in most cases, so the red band's out of the way. Super simple, very, very effective for us, and we've been out of bands now for well over a year, and we've never gone back. We use them to hold on to the bars. All right, hope that helps, guys. Thanks for the questions.